and brick oven-fired pizza, including a variety of sandwiches, salads, pasta, and homemade soups. 9121. Fired Up Pizza is a proud supporter of public radio in Stevens County.
Your KCHW morning show made possible by a donation from God-Fearing Brothers Auto Center. God-Fearing Brothers specializes in auto services, including repair, maintenance, and detailing. They also stock a full selection of tires, make glass repairs, offer towing, and have an auto sales lot on the corner of Highway 395 and Main Street at the light. For more information, you can visit the Auto Service Center at 806 East Main in Chewelah. Find them online at godfearingbrothers.com or by phone at 509-935-6414. KCHW-FM thanks God-Fearing Brothers for supporting public radio in Stevens County.
And by Chewelah Flooring.
Chewelah Flooring at 214 East Clay in the 3rd Street Mall offers a wide variety of products including carpet, ceramic and porcelain tile, vinyl and laminate planks, and vinyl sheet flooring. Chewelah Flooring carries products for both commercial businesses and residential homes, including brands like National Flooring, Del Tile, Mannington, and Mohawk. They also offer blind repair. For more information, you can visit online at CheWelahFlooring.com, call 509-935-8021, or via email at CheWelahFlooring@gmail.com.
This is KCHW 102.7.
102.7 FM, KCHW. Chewelah.
KCHW Headlines, I'm Chuck Ritchie. A new grant program is looking for the best ways to help Washington students go to college. Around 50% of our students go on to get some kind of credential after high school, but researchers predict that to make sure every student has a job in the state's future economy, that rate needs to be closer to 70%. The Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation's new grant program called Horizons will dedicate $19 million towards solving the problem. Washington's youth mental health is showing the best improvement in 20 years. That from a new Healthy Youth survey, but it also found that 30% of 10th graders are experiencing persistent depressive feelings, and 6 in 10 report feeling anxious or nervous. Patients in rural Washington travel hours for basic health care. Local physicians and researchers say long-term solutions like new training programs could help bridge the access gap. Another solution was the opening of WSU's Elson S. Floyd College of Medicine in Spokane, which is focused on placing new physicians in the state's underserved rural areas. For wildlife that once freely roamed the Cascade Crest from Canada to Oregon, Interstate 90 was an impassable barrier. Now with wildlife crossings over and under the highway, thousands of animals are safely crossing the interstate. And by 2031, the $15-mile billion-dollar project will feature 16 more crossings. For KCHW 102.7, I'm Chuck Ritchie.
From Feature Story News in London, I'm Stuart Smith. The charity World Central Kitchen says 7 of its aid workers have been killed in an Israeli airstrike in Gaza after dropping off food at a warehouse. The group includes citizens from the UK, US, Australia and Poland, and the charity says the vehicle they were travelling in was clearly marked. Julia Chapman reports.
World Central Kitchen says its team had coordinated its movements with the Israeli army before making the journey to a warehouse in Deir al-Balach. The charity says it will now pause operations while it assesses the situation in Gaza. The organisation has been helping move food from a maritime corridor into the besieged enclave, where the entire population is facing food shortages. The Israeli Defence Forces say they are conducting a review of the incident, which they described as tragic. In a statement, the army said it makes extensive efforts to enable the safe delivery of humanitarian aid. The Prime Minister of Australia says he expects full accountability for the deaths of aid workers, including one from his country. Julia Chapman, London.
Ukrainian strikes hit a Russian drone production facility in a region more than 1,000 kilometers from Ukraine on Tuesday. Megumi Lim reports from Kiev.
Ukraine's military intelligence agency said the attack against Russia's Republic of Tatarstan on Tuesday hit a manufacturing facility for Shahid-type attack drones, which are frequently used in assaults against Ukrainian territory. Photographs posted online suggested that one of the drones also hit a unit at Tatarstan's Taneko oil refinery, which accounts for roughly half of its annual production capacity. Over the past few weeks, Ukraine has stepped up its attacks against Russian oil refineries and industrial facilities using its long-range drones. Megumi Lim in Kiev.
One child has died and 2 are seriously wounded after a school shooting in Finland.
man.
You're listening to KCHW 102.7 FM, Northern Lights Public Radio.
And 50 no's means yes.
That's right. Good morning. It's the KCHW Morning Show. It is Scott and myself, Chuck, coming to you on a Tuesday.
Val Ritchie?
Val Ritchie, yeah, that's right. No, Val's taking the day off. It's Valis Bueller's day off.
And if you're not watching on Facebook, Chuck dressed as a girl today.
Well, you don't see that every day.
I know.
Well, actually, you kind of do sometimes. Depends on the day. It is Tuesday.
It is Tuesday. All right. Well, thanks for filling in to my sister. We got some tough shoes to fill. And sorry if you're disappointed on Facebook or YouTube or Twitch. Because looking at the numbers last week, Val had the highest viewed show.
Wow.
Yeah. Me and you, not so much.
Yeah. Like the highest ever? Because that wouldn't surprise me.
All right. It wasn't the highest ever. I think that goes happened this was a big mistake on my part. We could have got, if you get enough people liking your YouTube page, you can start making money on your videos. Mm-hmm. But you got to have like 2,000 followers before they'll monetize your YouTube site now. And we had done a video back when the FBI was looking for Russell Bolton. We covered that news story. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And I never tagged it like we tag all the videos now about who's on the show and what day it is. Well, it never got tagged, but that video got watched 1,500 times.
Wow.
And people, because it was a national news story, people were searching it out. And that was so dumb. If I would have tagged that YouTube video, because it was a nationwide story coming out of Chihuahua, if I would have tagged that video, we probably would have ended up with our 2,000 followers and monetized the site, but we blew it. So call all your friends and tell them to go to KCHW Radio's YouTube site. All of us. I'd sure like to monetize those videos because we might make a nickel.
Right? I know when
and
we
in
had
public radio, that's important.
It is. Every nickel counts. When we had Isaac Tenasket on, we gained about 1,200 followers within that 24-hour period, but then over the next week or so, they kind of dropped back down to normal again.
Oh, well, I wonder why they didn't stick around.
I know, right? Stay with us.
Doesn't hurt nothing. Doesn't hurt nothing.
No, it doesn't.
All right. So we had an excellent public radio board meeting yesterday, didn't we?
We did. It was a really great meeting. Of course, every meeting with us is great. Not to toot our own horn.
The things that I would like to toot, though, and I think you'll agree, did I not do a great job with our two new board members, Don Olson and Brandon Hansen, and just watching and listening to the group yesterday, everybody's kind of on the same page.
Yeah.
It feels like with me moving away, I've really found, and it's given me goosebumps, actually, if you can see the hair. It really, with me moving away, it really makes me feel like I've found the crew to keep the radio station going. I mean, awesome list of board members. It's on our website if you want to check it out at kchw.org. Mm-hmm. And then people like Melissa helping out too. And there's a lot of other people that show up when we do events. And Sharon and other people and our listeners that sing our praises. It really, I feel like we've got the right crew to take the radio station to new heights. So.
We're a good team. I think we all work well together. We all get along. We all play nice in the sandbox. And, I think we're all taking it seriously and really want to see this thing, just build on what you've built here, keep it going.
Well, I couldn't be happier with our crew. So hats off to everybody. And these are board members. It's not a paid position. It's people just that want to see the radio station be successful. So,
yeah.
All right. I don't want to miss anybody, but we've got Tom Walters, Diane Evans. We said Don Olson, Brandon Hansen, myself. I'm Ryan Moore, and I am missing
Margie?
someone.
Margie Walters,
Yes.
as well. So great crew, and everybody picking up extra stuff is really nice too. And before you got there, Chuck, I gave everybody a speech about, we were talking about new things coming up, and I said, what you don't want to do is what I was trying to do, and I said is where I tried to do everything, because everything got a kiss and a promise, and nothing got done right. And I said, we have to be mindful of what we lay on Chuck and pick some of it up ourselves, because it's too much for one person. So.
I appreciate it. It is a lot.
It is a lot. And if things keep going, though, hopefully, as things improve, we'll be able to add a second employee.
Yeah.
And somebody to help you out. And I'm looking much forward to that day.
Right.
I kind of envision, we really need help. If someone wants to volunteer, it's tedious work, but we really need help sorting, prepping, and arranging music for different shows. And you'd have fun in a way, because you'd have access to tons of music you probably haven't seen before. And
thousands of songs.
Yeah, but that's something we need help with, and I can see that, because it is tedious work. Maybe being one of our next position where somebody makes some part-time dough, helping us out dealing with music. So that's on the horizon. But if you want to volunteer early, we'll always take volunteers. Just call the office after the show, though, at 509-935-6627.
There you go.
And we should probably move along with some weather in case you're waiting, although all you have to do is look out your window to see it is going to be a beautiful day.
Gorgeous.
But you might not know it's going to top out at 71.
I know, right? It's a little chilly out. There was ice on the windshield this morning.
Wow. That's going to be a big heat up then.
Yeah, it is.
Wow.
It's a huge difference.
Yeah. All right. 46 for an overnight low, partly cloudy skies. Things start to change after that. 55 tomorrow with clouds. 38 for an overnight low. 52 with the afternoon showers for Thursday. 57 on Friday. Saturday 52. Sunday 53. And looking ahead to next week, beginning on Monday, 58 degrees and partly cloudy skies. So a seasonable week. Enjoy the sunshine today. Get out and soak that up before it's too hot for you to do that kind of stuff.
I was going to say, before you know it, it's going to be 100 degrees out there.
That's right. All right, for breakfast and lunch for the kids, French toast, egg patty, fresh fruit, fruit juice, milk choice. Of course, that's for breakfast. And then for lunch today, it's spaghetti with meatballs, breadsticks, string cheese salad, fresh veggies, fresh fruit, and your choice of milk. That's the kids are eating for breakfast and lunch. I've got some eclipse stuff as we head toward the eclipse. That's kind of fun, but we'll save that, because it's also going to come up in today's bits and breaks. All right. Should we do what's happening this week real quick? There's not a ton.
Yeah, so today there's story time at the Chewelah Library from 10:30, or it's starting at 10:30. There is soft pickleball tomorrow at the Old Middle School from 9 to 11:30. First Wednesday with Ted at the Chewelah Public Library from 10 to 3. And then from after that is Tech Help at the Chewelah Library. And I believe that first Wednesday with Ted is with our very own Brandon Hansen at the library. He works for Ted, and he's going to be helping folks out. Yep. And then,
and should we say that he brought some of that knowledge to our meeting yesterday, doing kind of a comprehensive plan him and Don were working on, and it was amazing. So if you're looking to open a business, go tap into Brandon. He's got some great tools.
He really does. He really does. And then tomorrow, from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. is the Senior Citizens Potluck and Game. That is at the Valley Fire Department. That is for the Valley, Springdale, and I believe it's not opening on the calendar. But I believe it's Valley, Springdale, and Chewelah senior citizens are invited to come. There's a potluck and games happening.
And you said tomorrow, but that is Thursday.
Oh, Thursday. Thursday is what I meant to say. Sorry, that's actually the first Thursday. And it's the first and third Thursday of every month they're doing that. Food Bank is open on Thursday from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. And there are 3 more things on the calendar that aren't opening that day. Maybe we'll get back to those in a bit here if they ever open up. And then Friday is... Yeah. Then Friday's adult pickleball back at the Old Middle School from 9 to 11:30, and the Chamber of Commerce meeting at 7 a.m. at the casino over the weekend. Not a lot going on over the weekend.
No,
it's kind of there's our very own Doug McQuain hosting the Blues and Brews Jam over at Fired Up Pizza. There's that on Sunday at 4 p.m.
You know, we should give a shout out just because they're doing a good thing. And typically we don't do commercial businesses unless it is something that is benefiting the community. But all week long, and at least on the calendar through Sunday, 49 Degrees North is doing their spring food drive.
Yep.
All right. All right, so if you're going up there to do some skiing, check out their website and take some extra canned goods along with you.
Yeah, I was going to save that one for last, and I did include that one in the announcements yesterday. So
cool.
So those announcements that play at 12:30 and 5:30 with our news. There you go.
All right. I get what you're saying. I'm having a hard time getting stuff to open too. And I don't notice. I noticed the ones that are opening hard on the chamber website. So if you're looking at stuff on there, just give it some time. It seems to be the ones with photos. So maybe somebody saved them at a really high bit rate or something like that. Yeah. It's hanging up on there, but they will open. All right.
Eventually, go make a sandwich.
This one was kind of cool, happening next Monday at 5:30 in the evening. I just give people some advance notice. It's business owners, and it's called Chihuahua Employers. We share a common challenge. And it says, where can I find the employee I need? Chihuahua business owners face a common challenge: too few workers or workers who lack skills and long-term commitment. They're joining forces with the Chihuahua School District to try and solve the problem, and inviting you to join the discussion at Jenkins High School next Monday the 8th at 5:30 p.m. Very
There
cool.
you go. Hey, you know what? One of the things that wouldn't open is one of the most important things happening this week. It is the Thursday Art Walk.
Oh, good deal.
Yeah, that's going around town. There are all kinds of stuff happening. I know. Let me get some of these opened up. This is the final month of the juried art show for Winterfest, happening at the Trails End Gallery and the McCunn Gallery. The photography exhibit is at the McCunn Gallery. The last of those artists will be showing at the Trails End Gallery. And there is the Recycled Art Fest from the Chihuahua Creative District and the Arts Guild. It was a collaborative effort going on at the Aaron Huff Memorial Center.
Very cool.
And these are local artists that have made items with recycled materials, and also will be displaying the costumes from the Trash Grade Ball at New Year's Eve. Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah. And this is really cool because this is the first of hopefully many to come collaborative efforts between the Creative District and not just the Arts Guild, but other organizations around town to sort of help everybody work together and create events together and collaborate on things to sort of impact. The point is to impact or to increase the impact of our efforts.
Easy for you to say.
Right? No, it's not, Scott. I'm not even supposed to be here today.
All right, we're safe so far on Facebook. No complaints about Val not being here. I really thought Ken would be chiming in and saying, where's Val? All right. Let's see. If you have a birthday today on the 2nd of April, you are in Aries, and you can look ahead and figure out what you think is most likely to happen, then work for or against it, depending on your point of view. All right, so you got a little clairvoyance today. It's a good day to have a big influence on coming events if you're an Aries. All right. Let's see. I kind of mentioned I was going to save that one. Let's do a few news headlines. Trump had a really bad day yesterday, Chuck. I don't know if you were paying attention to the news.
I try not to these days, Scott.
The judge in the New York hush money case has finally expanded the gag order after days and days of Trump attacking him and his daughter online and making some lies, like usual, and then posting pictures of the guy's daughter. So now he has extended that gag order to cover family members of the court, too. You know what? Do it again. I dare you.
And grow up. Jeez, grow up, man.
So mean. I've never seen someone in the public spotlight so mean.
And spiteful.
So vicious.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's sad. And I can't believe people are okay with it. On Monday, New York judge in the hush money trial set to begin on April 15th expanded the gag order he placed on Trump meant to prevent him from attacking potential witnesses, jury members, and court staff. So it now includes family members of the group. Merchon wrote that the pattern of attacking family members of presiding jurists and attorneys assigned to this case serves no legitimate purpose. It merely injects fear into those who are assigned or called upon to participate in the proceedings. That not only they, but their family members as well, are fair game for the defendants of vitriol. On Truth Social, Trump's social media platform, former president had targeted the judge's daughter. I kind of mentioned that earlier in the day. Bragg had asked the judge to expand the gag order. Donald Trump, along with that yesterday, with that gag order, he also suffered. Now, I don't know if you noticed it's DJT on the stock exchange, and that is the new symbol for Truth Social. On its opening day, they had a huge opening day. But after yesterday, they were saying that this, and I don't get this, and I think you'll have maybe some input on it too. They say that website is worth $6 billion. Now, he suffered a $2 billion blow to that yesterday after people started dumping the stocks after the SEC and one of Trump media auditors came out and said over the past year, they've lost like $46 million and only made $4 million. That sank the stock more than 21% yesterday following their blockbuster debut. There's some more claims on here from the auditor and the SEC warning about if you buy shares in this company and he goes to jail, that could severely hurt the prosperity of the website. As well as, and this is actually the FCC filing notes that Truth Social has such a limited reach with users that even Trump might migrate to another social media site like X, the hellscape, formerly known as Twitter.
Yes.
In efforts to get a bigger audience. Among the looming threats cited for the Republican nominee for president owing $500 million, 4 pending criminal cases, extensive track record for businesses filing bankruptcy protections, and has seen several entrepreneurial efforts totally flop. All right. He did cough up the $175 million yesterday for the New York civil fraud case, which will let him make an appeal on that. Trump secured the bond through Knight Specialty Insurance Company.
Wow. He found somebody to do it.
He did. He did. Okay, so now I want to go back to this Truth Social thing. You have a wife that builds websites.
Mm-hmm.
I've built websites before. Now, granted, this is a high-level site with user accounts where you can control things, and those get more expensive to build. But I guarantee you, if someone gives me $10,000, I can build a Truth Social. So how does that $10,000 website that's actually has lost $46 million, has $39 million in debt, in high interest loans?
Well, I mean, I couldn't imagine building a website that was able to handle that stuff for $10,000. I mean, that seems like at least a couple $100,000 website. I've never been there. I've never been there, but
I'm saying you could build it, but then the marketing of it. But realize with Truth Social, he hasn't had to market this. It's his mouth that's promoted it, and all the free news coverage he gets. So they've spent nothing on advertising, really, to speak of, as somebody would if they were building something like this. But just the site itself, you could build that. Okay, let's go on the high end and say Chuck's $200,000. You could build that for $200,000. What have they spent $39 million on? It sounds, and I'm going to throw out a conspiracy theory, which I don't like to do. It sounds like some kind of money laundering thing going on.
I mean,
where did the cash go? What did they spend it on? This seems really ridiculous.
Look who's behind it. Do you really think any of it is legitimate? I mean, come on.
The numbers do not make any sense. And to buy stock in something of that, it's all invisible. It's kind of like you're hearing our voices right now. It's just air. You can't see it. So there's that. Let's see. A bunch of people jumping on the bandwagon about did you see where he posted the image of Biden hogtied in the back of a truck with a bullet hole in his head?
Trump posted that?
What? Yes.
A United States presidential candidate posted that.
Yes. So across the internet, they're calling for him to be arrested for that.
Yeah.
Now, here's the flip side of that. If he were to be arrested for that, which is a crime, if me or you put a picture like that, we would have a visit, from the Secret Service. They're saying if he was to get arrested for that, which who knows what will happen this week. It's a crazy world. That he would immediately have to go to jail because it'd be a violation. He's on bail. Realize our former president's on bail for a crime.
Yeah.
If he commits another crime while on bail, his bail is revoked and he immediately goes to jail.
Well, like the what's her name, that B-list comedian holding the fake head. That was, I didn't like that. That was classless and tasteless. And he was the president, or I don't know if he was the president or running at the present time. I don't remember, but that wasn't okay. That wasn't acceptable, and then I think that one, the Republicans were right to be upset about that, because you don't do that. You don't portray presidents or even presidential candidates that way.
Yeah.
It's horrible. Don't do it.
Anybody else, and this is what's so unfair about this.
Anybody for that
else
matter.
that did something like that would already be in jail.
Yeah.
Why does he get a pass all the time? I don't get it. New York University historian Ruth Ben Gott, whose research spans authoritarianism, fascism, and propaganda, warned of the dangers of Trump's recirculation of the image, emphasizing its size as well. Being life-size, this image is allowing Americans to imagine a fate that Biden would have if he were removed in a violent way. She added, it's continuing the coup of January 6th. And that's, people that want to say it isn't authoritarianism, it isn't fascism. That's how fascism works. They get you to commit violence in the name of patriotism. And it's not patriotism. It's the opposite.
No,
what did you say?
Patriotism is also the ability to realize that our country has problems that needs to be fixed.
But inciting people to violence in the name of patriotism is not okay.
No.
Ben Gott went on to explain that the coup result in some kind of harm coming to the overthrown leader, with that person either being killed or imprisoned. The image of Biden as a hostage or a kidnapping victim is showing not a democratic transition of power, but another attempt at a violent one. Arguing the image needs to be taken seriously, she previously flagged the image on X on Friday as an emergency and urged people to wake up. Let's see. I'm going to go ahead and skip that one because this is running long. And it was just another one of Easter. They kind of twisted things because Easter happened to fall on the 31st, which is a day to celebrate, I believe it was trans rights.
Yep.
And people, since Joe Biden mentioned it on Easter, he was getting attacked for that. And it was mainly a twisting of it. A spokesman for the president rejected the attacks from House Speaker and former President Donald Trump and others that Biden's blasphemous message for Transgender Day of Visibility goes against Christianity. The White House spokesperson Andrew Bates said, as a Christian who celebrates Easter with his family, President Biden stands for bringing people together and upholding the dignity and freedoms of every American.
Right.
He said, sadly, it's unsurprising politicians are seeking to divide and weaken our country with a cruel, hateful, and dishonest rhetoric. President Biden will never abuse his faith for political purposes or profit. I think that's a nod to the
profit?
Trump Bible for $60.
Right. Which is being
Also,
sold. Which is being sold in churches as a workaround around churches not being able to contribute to presidential campaigns, political campaigns.
I got excited because I seen where somebody had hijacked a semi truck out of a church parking lot full of Bibles and set it on fire.
Oh, I saw that.
But it wasn't the Trump Bible. It was just I don't know if that's what they were trying to accomplish. But that's a horrible thing as well. And no matter what side you're on, there is just as many lunatics on both sides that are willing to commit violence, put people in danger. Biden campaign issued a denunciation, and Trump spokesman Stephen Chung, always handy with a Hall of Mirrors projection, slap back. Democrats and crazed lunatics have not only called for despicable violence against President Trump and his family, they're actually weaponizing the justice system against him. The 2 points of that. It's just another double standard for Donald Trump. First, the way Chan equates Democrats and crazed lunatics with Trump, that it is, if it's okay for nameless, crazed lunatics to post irresponsible things about Trump, then it's okay for Trump himself to do the same thing.
No, somebody's got to be the adult in the room. And here's a little spoiler: it's not Trump.
All right.
Here's a message for both sides of the aisle: burning books is bad.
Yes.
I don't care what book it is.
What that book happens to be.
And, there's a lot of theories going around, and I don't want to push any of them, but there's a lot of theories going around that preacher that happened to, that church, has a lot of controversial past for doing publicity stunts that were not entirely ethical. And there's a lot of things a lot of stuff going around that he probably may have done that himself for the attention. I don't know if that's true. I don't know if I believe that or not, but it's a pretty common theory going around, and especially considering the trailer had the lock still attached to it. The hitch lock. Someone took the time to unhitch it, lock the trailer, and then set it on fire.
Weird.
So,
All right. Other news today. I guess there's a health product called red yeast, and products are being recalled after 5 deaths in Japan. It's in a range of dietary supplements. So if you take those kind of herbs, you might want to check your bottles, make sure it does not have red yeast products in it. AT&T also data breach. Let's see, 65 million former account holders and 7.6 million current account holders may have lost their Social Security numbers.
Wow. Free phones for
they
all my
should
men.
stop asking us for them since they can't seem to control it.
Right? I always say, though, that if someone were to steal my identity, joke's on you, buddy. Now you're stuck with it.
Good luck.
Yeah, good luck with that one.
1971, Diamonds Are Forever film, a James Bond film, filmed in the swanky Tropicana in Las Vegas. Today's the last day they'll be open.
Really? They're closing the Tropicana?
They are. The Tropicana's heyday, lavish casino, frequent haunt of the legendary Rat Pack, had tons of artists have residencies there. Closing down today, going to be torn down, replaced with a baseball stadium.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
You know, you spend any time in Vegas?
I have not. It is on my list of things to do, though.
I just, not to disparage Vegas, but man, I've been there a couple times. Not a fan. I don't know. It's too crazy. It's too many, a lot of drunk people walking around, puking on the sidewalk. It's kind of gross. There was, the biggest casino in Vegas. We actually started to have like a panic attack. We were just trying to get out to the street, man. We parked in the parking garage back behind it where you come into the back of the casino, and there's no exits anywhere in the building. We were trying to find employees to be like, where in the world is there just an exit to the street? The employees didn't know where the exits were. There were so few. It took us 3 hours to find a way out of that casino. It's the one where it goes for blocks and blocks, and there's the lights overhead, and it looks like you're outside in a few places, and yeah,
great.
It was crazy.
If you want to watch a fun video today, a landscaper was working on a yard, like a landscaping company, and he's working on a yard, and his truck's parked a ways behind him. This is from TV station KIAH in Houston. KIAH, if you want to look it up. His truck is parked a little way from where he's working, and somebody tries to steal his lawn equipment, some of it. As he heads that direction in the video, the person tries to get back in their car and take off, but falls out of the car. He then beats the man with his weed whacker. I mean, he clubs this guy because he's kind of dazed from falling out of the car.
Yeah.
And he gets up to try to get away, and the guy whacks him across the head with the weed whacker. And he hits him 2 more times to where the guy can't even stand up. He actually gets to his feet one time and starts to run and just bites it on the pavement.
Good.
It's kind of funny. You're going to steal? I mean, everybody should get it with a weed whacker if you're stealing.
Stealing people's, landscaping equipment, construction equipment, you're stealing more than the value of those tools. You're literally stealing somebody's livelihood. There are people, sometimes people, it's not just even the owner of the tools, it's their employees, it's the people that work for the company. You're disrupting an entire economic chain with that. There's people that feed their kids with those tools. Leave them alone. Yeah. To me, there's nothing more disgusting.
Having to go back to work and possibly getting in trouble or losing your job because someone, swiped equipment off the back of your truck when you weren't looking.
Right. There was somebody here local, a local landscaping company, good guy, hard worker. Someone stole his trailer with all of his riding lawnmower and all of his tools on it. He has kids at home. He's trying to feed his kids. He had to, luckily the community kind of rallied together and helped him out with some equipment, and then he was able to get his equipment back. Not all of it, and some of it was not usable anymore because they had just destroyed it for some reason. But yeah, disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. I hate that. I hate it.
Yeah.
Anyway.
All right, let's move on to bits and breaks this morning. Chuck, I think you're up first. Did you have a good Easter?
I did, Scott. Did you? Did you do anything special?
No.
You know what we did? We just
I sound disappointed too. Don't.
I got up a little early, cleaned the kitchen, made some pancakes with various fruits and some sausage, and then we watched movies all day. It was a beautiful day. We didn't enjoy one bit of it, or we enjoyed the day. We didn't go outside at all. We just sat inside, drank coffee, ate junk food, and watched TV, watched movies, watched Easter movies, holiday movies.
How fun.
Yeah, but then I sent my kids on an Easter egg hunt, and I didn't hide any of the eggs, though. I just wanted some quiet time in the house. That was kind of nice. Then my neighbors' kids, I hid Easter eggs for them. Yeah.
And during the hunt, there was obviously one from last year. It was full of stale jelly beans covered with ants. The kid opened it and yelled excitedly, "Wow, I got an ant one!"
Nice, free ant farm.
Not even unhappy. That's like when the kid opens up the egg and he sees the quarter in there and he says, what part does this come out of the chicken?
There's
chickens have money inside them,
right? The ant farm thing, though. If you ever have a sister you want to play a prank on, or someone with kids that you don't really like that much, get their kids an ant farm as a present.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's always a good thing to have in the house.
It stinks.
A colony of ants.
They stink.
Yeah, they have like a sweet smell too, like this weird, off-putting sweet sort of. Yeah.
So I remember that smell from when I was a kid and had an ant farm, and I was eating at a fast food place that sells seafood, and they make rice there, and their rice smells just like an ant farm.
Oh.
I couldn't eat it. All right. What April has in store for us? What's the first one, Chuck?
So you can, these are, sorry, I'm trying to read it. So these are some of your big local events we can talk about. And I'm not supposed to read that part, Scott. So the NCAA men's Final Four games are April 6th. The two winning teams play April 8th. And I haven't been following along too well. I know Gonzaga for a while was doing well, and I don't know if they're still in it or not. Maybe we should talk about that or look it up.
I had it, what the games were today opened up, but I lost it. So maybe we'll get that in the second part.
No. And do you want me to keep going? Or do you want to go round
do the next one, and then I got some stuff for it.
Okay, perfect. So solar eclipse will trace a narrow path of totality, the path of totality, across the U.S. And 13 states on April 8th.
All right. Now, you're not going to be able to see much of it there in Washington.
Almost
none. They are asking people to kind of journal what they see and what they experience, especially people that are in the path of totality. They want you to take pictures of the sun. NASA is sending out, and through planetariums, it's sending out people through this whole swath covering the United States to take pictures at various locations because it's the only time they can see the sun's corona. They have some questions that they want to answer. So it's like a major undertaking. They're sending people out across the country, across the globe, actually. All right. To better understand what happens to animals when the lights go out, NASA has funded the Eclipse Soundscapes Project, which will document the sights and sounds of upcoming total solar eclipse. And they're asking all of us to participate. If you're interested in that, it's Eclipse Soundscapes Project. Okay?
That is cool. All
right. Now let's see how much you know about eclipses, Chuck.
Okay.
Right.
Very little.
First question. What did the sun bring to the eclipse party?
Oh, I don't know. What did he bring?
A light snack. It's a really bad dad joke. How does the man in the moon cut his hair?
With his cheese? I don't know, Scott.
Eclipse it.
Oh, yep.
What did the sun say to the moon on the day of the eclipse?
What did the sun say to the moon on the day of the eclipse? I don't know. What did he say?
Looks like it's my night off. What did the sun say when it reappeared after an eclipse?
Hi.
Pleased to heat you again.
Wow.
And what kind of underwear should you wear during the eclipse, Chuck?
I don't know. What kind of underwear should you wear?
Fruit of the moon. And the last one, how do you organize an eclipse party, Chuck?
I don't know. How do you organize an eclipse party?
You plan it.
Yeah. Some of those, Scott, I'm laughing at you, not with you. Just saying.
Okay.
I'm putting it out there.
All right. What else happened?
Golf's greatest event, the Masters, begins April 11th. You golf fan? No.
No.
I know I've told you before, growing up in Alaska, a lot of times I would watch golf on TV, but only because I would bask in the warm glow of springtime somewhere else.
Okay.
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah. It was turn the heater up, make it feel warm in the house, watch some golf, take a nap. Yeah. Some of the world's best runners will be in the U.S. for the Boston Marathon on April 15th. That's cool. Tax deadline is April 15th as well. Scary. And Earth Day is April 22nd.
Nice. All right. And nobody was on the air for April Fool's Day, but you said you tried some pranks.
I did a little bit, and we didn't get any feedback, and I was going to put it on social media, but we had a busy day yesterday. I had our meeting, and then meeting, and then meeting, and then I think another meeting. So it was the day of the meeting yesterday. None of them were funny, but I announced KCHW's new plans to be show tunes 24/7. Bringing us the finest in Broadway show tunes, commercial jingles, and TV show theme songs.
24/7.
24/7 with an hourly live call-in sing-along. And no responses. I think those announcements sometimes go out and they're just kind of background noise. And maybe someone might have caught it, been like, huh, what?
Huh?
Change the channel. Anyway, so... Oh, yeah, go ahead. These are yours.
You got Earth Day. Okay, I just found those games. Major League Baseball, Angels and Marlins tonight, 6:30 Eastern on Bally Sports. Marlins hope to turn their luck around. 76ers and the Thunder take the court at 7:30 p.m. Eastern on TNT. Sixers star Joel Embiid is still out with an injury. And then in TV, George Lopez returning with a new sitcom. I guess it's season number 2 of his new sitcom, Lopez versus Lopez.
Oh, but what about the March Madness?
There's nothing on my cheat sheet today about March Madness. I don't know why.
Oh, okay. Well, I think the next section is yours. I'll look up and see how how Gonzaga's doing. Yeah.
All right. So April Fool's Day, Chuck did his thing. I kind of played at home. I texted a picture of a squirrel and an announcement that it's my newest member of my family. Call him Joe. Nobody seemed to get it. All right. I also texted a photo of a newborn to my family and added, "We did it. Her name is Yoda with a T."
Yota. I love it.
Not the greatest pranks, but no one got hurt in the making of those pranks.
Good.
Yeah, if you're still looking for what you're looking for, I've got 4 things you didn't know yesterday.
Yeah, go ahead.
Blue whales have hearts that weigh approximately 1,300 pounds, with each heartbeat pumping 60 gallons of blood. That's crazy. Ooh. Wow. Fortune cookies are, in fact, not from China, but can be traced back to Japan. They stole the cookie.
I knew it.
I can't believe that. Here, all along, we've been thinking they were from China. All right. I got a message for China.
Put that cookie down now!
All right. There's a book on Amazon titled Does It Fart? The Definitive Field Guide to Animal Flatulence.
The answer is yes.
Yes.
Yes, it does.
World's largest known snowflake, 15 inches across, fell in Montana, 1887.
Oh.
How do you prove that?
I thought the world's largest snowflake was Donald Trump.
Oh.
Disappointed!
Sorry.
Wow. All right.
So I have that information. 4 days ago, Gonzaga was eliminated from the March Madness with a loss to Purdue. So Purdue moved on, and Gonzaga is out. And I don't know anything other than that because that's all I looked up.
All right. So people that follow that already knew that, Chuck.
Probably. So I'm not giving anybody any information.
All right. I need to have a good day, Chuck. Do you have any tips for me on how I could have a great day?
I do. And some of these are good. If it takes less than 5 minutes to do it now. Okay.
I tell myself that one a lot when I'm like about to turn away from something. I'm like, it'll be fast. Just get it done.
Yeah. And, I saw some really good advice for, a lot of us have ADHD and have a tendency of squirreling. You can trace your day's progress by where you left things that you had in your hand.
Mm-hmm.
Don't put it down, put it away. Try to remind yourself, don't ever put anything down where it doesn't belong. Always put it down where it belongs.
When you're really swamped, that if it takes less than 5 minutes to do it now. When you have a big list of things bearing down on you, it really helps.
Yeah. And I'm right now looking at a plethora of sticky notes of things to do, and a lot of times you do those and you stick them out in front of you, and then they disappear because your brain automatically clicks those off your to-do list. I wrote that down and I put the note up. It's done.
All right.
But that's not the case because you actually have to act on the note. So, yeah.
That's true.
Yep. If you're the most intelligent person in the room, change rooms.
Because everybody's going to bother you. Because
Right?
you got all the answers. Okay.
This one's kind of deep. Success is only for you to define.
Ooh.
You define your own success, which that one's not always true because sometimes, your definition of success might be less than everybody around you.
I kind of do that to myself all the time is remind myself, you are incredibly poor, but look at all the stuff you've done.
Mm-hmm.
And you raised 2 great daughters,
Yes, you
and
did.
you're successful.
Yeah.
Money's the root of all evil. Don't use that to base your success, because if you're success because you're rich, chances are you stepped on all the little people.
Right?
Or you gouged them.
Well, Scott, you've and I can say this with 100% accuracy. You've made a difference in people's lives, and I think if you can make a difference in at least one other person's life, that's a success. That's your positive impact in the world. As long as
Yeah,
you're
and it's
net-
just because
net
I'm so
positive.
small, I give them something to laugh at.
Whereas some days my definition of success is, yay, I put on pants.
Oops.
It's a good day. Perfection is the enemy of good.
Ooh, because you'll never reach it.
Exactly. What?
Just read it.
Try to be the worst part of anyone's day.
Okay, I twisted the last 2.
And remember, sometimes it's easier to blame things on other people.
Because we were going so good, I thought I'd throw you up with a couple. Try to be the worst part of anyone's day. And sometimes it's easier just to blame things on other people.
I struggle with that one sometimes because there are times when you can just suck it up and you can take the blame and it doesn't matter. And there are times when, dang it, that's not my fault. And I didn't do that. And I don't want to be taking the brunt for it,
Yeah.
I don't like, pointing fingers, but sometimes it's not my fault.
He did it.
Right,
It's his
right?
fault. He did it.
I like that's why COVID was such a in this respect, everything. COVID, it was because of COVID, but we can't really use that excuse anymore.
Yeah. All right. Why dogs are better than kids, Chuck? You can tell me if you agree with any of these. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Why dogs are better than kids? It doesn't take 45 minutes to get a dog ready to go outside in the winter.
The problem is when it's muddy out and it takes 45 minutes to get him back inside.
There you go.
Yeah.
Why dogs are better than kids? Dogs can't lie.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I never had a big issue with my kids lying, though. I mean, I imagine some people do, and kids can be kids. But, I didn't tell a lot of lies as I was a kid. I think I tried to get my sister in trouble a couple times. Glad Val's not here today.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, dogs cannot lie. And I have one of my daughters literally cannot lie. If she tries to tell a fib, she loses it. She gave up years ago.
I have one of them that way. She's just you can tell. Like come on, you're not good at this. Stop, give it up. Yeah.
I did the worst one. She was late getting home for dinner, and I had to open the door and holler a couple times across the neighborhood.
Mm-hmm.
And she finally gets there and, washed her hands, and we all sat down for dinner. And I'm just teasing her, and I said, I saw you kissing those boys in the bushes. And the look on her face, I knew she was really kissing boys in the bushes. she was horrified, and I was just joking. And she didn't even get in trouble. I just lost it right there at the dinner table and started laughing. And I'm like, you were. I was just fooling, but since you can't lie, busted.
That's great.
All right.
She's listening to this right now,
dog-
blushing.
Yeah. Dogs are better than kids because dogs never resist nap time. You don't need to get an extra smartphone for a dog.
Right? Although, have you seen
Dogs
some of the
don't
dog accessories? The cost of some of those? They're just as expensive.
Dogs don't care if the peas have been touched by the mashed potatoes. They're eating all of it.
Mm-hmm. They prefer it, actually.
The cost of sending a dog to school, $75. The cost of sending a kid to school, $150,000.
Mm-hmm.
Dogs are housebroken by the time they're 12 weeks old.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
Your dog is not embarrassed if you sing in public. Your kids are.
My dogs love it when we sing to them.
And if your dog is a bad seed, your genes cannot be blamed. Children, not so much.
It makes it hard to jokingly, of course, but it makes it hard to insult your kids when they can just turn around and say, yeah, that's because I inherited that from you, Dad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. We all
Goes
think
both
we're
ways.
above average, and here comes Chuck to explain exactly why we are.
Yeah. So this is the percent of us who say we're above average in all honesty. Believe it, 94%. About 44% of us are wrong.
I don't get that math.
Yeah. So the percentage of us who say we're above average in common sense. Oh, that was in honesty. I thought it meant honestly believe they're above average. In honesty, above average in honesty. Okay.
So 94% of people believe
Yeah.
they're above average in honesty.
Okay. Yeah, I don't think they're telling the truth. Percentage of us who say we're above average in common sense, 89. Yeah, no, common sense isn't so common, actually, turns out.
Yeah. I don't think that one's right either.
No. Percentage of us who say we're above average in intelligence, 86. Again, probably not. Percentage of us who say we're above average in looks, 79%.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. We're all really, I don't know how you'd say that. Really, just kind of thinking we're the best.
Well, I mean, that's for everybody else. Me, of course, I am above average in all these categories. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Of course,
Me too.
Considering 51% is above average.
Huh. Let's see how above average you really are.
Okay. You're going to prove me wrong.
The following program is closed captioned for the thinking impaired.
I want to ask you a bunch of questions. I want to have them answered immediately.
Oh, you did it to yourself, Chuck.
I just need to be one answer ahead of the curve, Scott.
That's it.
Yep.
And you're really competing against no one, so it'll be easy.
So the bar is set low.
All right. It's estimated that there are 52,000 of these in the United States. What can I give you?
Starbucks franchises.
No, they're a type of building. They do not. It's not a restaurant or a store.
Okay. Is it a
52,000 of these? When you see one, there's usually others stacked right beside it.
Home Depot and Lowe's? No, I'm
no,
kidding. I know
it's
that's not it.
not a store.
I know you said that.
That's funny.
Is it a post office?
It is not a post office.
Okay.
So usually when there's one, there's another one right next to it. Same business. But when there's one of these buildings, there's usually more. It takes up, usually they take up a fairly large area of land.
Is it like a doctor's office?
It's not a doctor's office.
Okay.
There's a really good hint I can give you, but it would totally give it away.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it's not
50,000 of these. There's more going up all the time. I think it would be a really simple business to run.
A parking garage.
No, but you're a little warmer.
A car wash?
You're a little colder.
A little colder. So not a hot water car wash.
No.
Right.
They're long and skinny, and they've got bunches of doors.
An office building?
No, looking for self-storage facilities.
Self-storage facility. Wow, that's a lot.
Yeah, 52,000 of them across the country.
That's
New
a lot
ones
of
popping
them.
up every second, it seems like.
Yeah.
You're probably familiar with just one, but there are actually over 500 different types of these. It's a fruit.
A banana.
A banana is exactly right. 500 different types of them, but in America, pretty much, they just want us to eat the one.
Well, you know, the
But they're mass-produced.
bananas that we get in the store have absolutely no relevance or relationship, or they're nothing like actual wild bananas. Like, they've been modified through generations to become the banana that we get in the store, but that was never the original banana. Just saying.
All right.
Okay, what's next? What do we got?
Let's do this one. It's Spy the Lie.
Okay.
Typical millionaire spends 6 minutes a day on their personal finances. 10% of men are left-handed. And 82% of the earth is covered by ocean water.
I'm going to go with 10% or left-handed. I think it's higher than that.
It is not.
Okay. Well,
second choice?
Well, we've always learned that 75% of the earth was covered in water. But it could be, I mean, that's a pretty small margin of error there. Is it the 82%?
It is,
Okay.
and actually you're a little off, 71%. So that was the lie. 71% of the earth is covered by water.
So we're getting very specific in these today.
We are, I guess. It wasn't my choice, mostly. All right, couple more, and then we'll cut loose and go to break.
Okay.
Let's see here. The average cost of one of these is $152. You don't buy it, and you don't want it.
Starbucks coffee. No.
Wow. Wow. Glad we don't have a Starbucks.
I would say your tax bill.
That's a good one, but that is not it. Average cost of one of these is $152, and you never want one, but sometimes you gotta pay.
Is it a parking ticket?
Close.
A traffic ticket?
Yeah, there you
Okay,
go.
there we
Traffic
go.
ticket.
There we
In
go.
particular, speeding.
Oh, a speeding
right.
ticket. Yep.
In Britain, the average person goes through about 9 pounds of this a year. In the U.S., it's about a pound of a year per person. So if you think this one through, you got something that a lot. You're in Britain the average person goes through 9 pounds, and in the U.S., it's only about a pound a year per person.
Tea.
Tea is right.
Oh, okay, there we go.
Was it too easy?
I was going to say if it was the opposite, it would be toothpaste.
Oh,
sorry, my British friends. I don't mean that. You've come a long way in the world of dental hygiene since the 70s.
I was almost going to tell a story, but I'm thinking it was probably a little inappropriate, and it was said in a private crowd, so I'll leave it alone. But it was along that same line.
Was it about me, Scott? Was it about me? Because I have excellent dental hygiene.
It was not.
Okay.
It was about British people and teeth.
Okay.
Okay. All right. I'm going to give you some words, and as I give you each word, I'll ask you to give me a certain number of words that rhyme with it. This is going to be tough.
Okay.
Okay? All right. 4 words that rhyme with space.
Race. Replace. Mace.
Okay.
And erase.
Space erase? Yeah, it does. Okay.
There you go. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
How about table? 3.
Fable. Label. And gable.
Oh, very good.
Yeah.
Very good. All right. 2. This is a little tougher.
Okay.
2 words that rhyme with tennis.
Ooh. Menace. And gosh, that is a hard one. Tennis. Menace.
How about a human person's name?
Dennis.
There you go.
Okay, I wasn't counting names. I almost thought about Dennis, like Dennis the Menace.
You can throw names in there.
Okay,
So
well, that opens up a whole new
Dennis
world.
the Menace plays tennis in Venice.
Oh, there you go. I like it.
All right, 3 words that rhyme with horse.
Of course.
We'll just take course.
Course. Force. And Norse, like the race of people.
Okay. How about 3 for the word paste?
paste, waste, haste, and based.
All right. Good job, Chuck.
Thank you.
Look at that.
I'm a poet.
That
Didn't
can be
know it.
kind of tough when you get put on the spot. I think the toughest one there was tennis.
Yeah. And I was thinking, I guess in my own head, you can't use names. I was thinking isn't it Scrabble? You can't use names. They have to be like proper nouns.
I think so.
Yeah.
I cheat at Scrabble though.
Well, that night I play Wordle and Cedar Cordle every day, so it's like names aren't allowed in that game. So names in my head are barred from word games.
All right, I'm gonna see if you can guess this one.
Okay,
one more.
Okay,
I just saw it. In 1976, Port Orange, Florida, built the first park in the world dedicated to what?
In Florida.
I'm surprised.
Oranges?
The first park in the world dedicated to what sport?
Dedicated to what sport? Would that
or
be
activity?
In Florida, Highlight?
What's that?
It's actually the world's fastest sport. You have they're basically these contraptions you wear on your hands that are basically like scoops almost, and you grab the ball with these, and when you fling the ball out of these scoops, it flings the ball out at incredible speeds, and it's really quite a dangerous sport. Yeah,
Wow.
Yeah, it's very fast paced. Anyway, the world's
Think
first.
kids.
Think kids.
Yeah, in 1976, Port Orange, Florida, built the first park in the world with dedicated to this thing that kids enjoy.
Lego.
Skateboarders.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I thought that one would be easy for you. Sorry.
Oh, I would have figured that would have been way before then.
I have something that will be easy for you, though, and that's local birthdays, which is what we have when we come back from break, as well as some news and nuggets, and we always wrap up the show with today's odd news. Stay right here. It's Northern Lights Public Radio. We are KCHW 102.7.
Well, you don't see that every day.
I don't know how to put this, but kind of a big deal.
Thank you so much for being my friend.
It's 8:20.
Programming on KCHW is made possible in part by listeners like you and by
Country Chevrolet. Country Chevrolet, located at 880 South Main Street in Colville, is a full-service Chevrolet dealership, offering a wide range of new and pre-owned vehicles with at-home mobile test drive service available. In addition, Country Chevrolet also offers maintenance and service, vehicle rentals, and full auto detailing. More information is available at countrychevy.com or by calling 509-684-8400. KCHW would like to thank Country Chevrolet for supporting public radio in Stevens County.
Your KCHW morning show made possible by a donation from God-Fearing Brothers Auto Center. God-Fearing Brothers specializes in auto services, including repair, maintenance, and detailing. They also stock a full selection of tires, make glass repairs, offer towing, and have an auto sales lot on the corner of Highway 395 and Main Street at the light. For more information, you can visit the Auto Service Center at 806 East Main in Chewelah. Find them online at godfearingbrothers.com or by phone at 509-935-6414. KCHW-FM thanks God-Fearing Brothers for supporting public radio in Stevens County.
And by Chewelah Flooring.
Chewelah Flooring at 214 East Clay in the 3rd Street Mall offers a wide variety of products, including carpet, ceramic and porcelain tile, vinyl and laminate planks, and vinyl sheet flooring. Chewelah Flooring carries products for both commercial businesses and residential homes, including brands like National Flooring, Del Tile, Mannington, and Mohawk. They also offer blind repair. For more information, you can visit online at ChewelahFlooring.com, call 509-935-8021, or via email at ChewelahFlooring@gmail.com.
This is KCHW 102.7.
The Public News Service Daily Newscast, April the 2nd, 2024. I'm Mike Clifford. First to North Carolina, where school voucher programs designed to aid low-income families are under scrutiny as a new report exposes discrimination within private schools. More from our Shantia Hudson.
The report NC School Vouchers Using Tax Dollars to Discriminate Against Students and Families reveals that private schools also have discretion in choosing which students they admit. Public school advocates raised concerns about this since the voucher programs are funded by taxpayers. Heather Coons from Public Schools First NC emphasizes the need for stronger protections against discrimination based on religion, disability, academic performance, and LGBTQ+ identity. She says the report analyzes private school applications and public information, uncovering various reasons why students could be denied admission to private schools.
Applications even said that we do not accept people from non-Christian denominations. They would say things like no families that believe in the Muslim faith, no Jewish families, no Latter-day Saints.
She says private schools in North Carolina have to follow the Civil Rights Act of 1964, which prohibits discrimination on the basis of race, ethnicity, or national origin.
According to the recent Making the Grade report by the Education Law Center, North Carolina is ranked 48th in school funding, with funding per student almost $5,000 below the national average. Next, President Joe Biden will visit Baltimore on Friday to survey the Francis Scott Key Bridge collapse. That comes as the Washington Post reports authorities said they have opened a small channel that will allow limited shipping at the Port of Baltimore for the first time since the disaster. And now to Colorado, where in 2021, lawmakers took a first step toward addressing decades of toxic pollution, disproportionately impacting low-income neighborhoods and communities of color.
They must now decide whether to act on that task force's recommendations in House Bill 24-1338. Task Force co-chair Ian Tafoya says with a projected state budget shortfall of at least $170 million, the future of the measure is uncertain.
With the looming budget cuts from our economic forecast, we're very concerned that environmental justice legislation like this is going to be on the chopping block. And so we're really needing people to raise their voices and say that these issues are incredibly important.
HB 24-1338 calls for new research and documentation, known as environmental equity and cumulative impact analyses in the state's most polluted zip codes. Tafoya says that data can help lawmakers make better policy decisions on whether new industries can be located near at-risk communities and enforce rules for polluters already operating in those neighborhoods. I'm Eric Galatis.
This is Public News Service. Seniors in Virginia can see daily health and well-being benefits from certain health care plans.
Dual-eligible special needs plans offer Medicare and Medicaid coverage for eligible people, meaning they meet the income requirements and live where the plans are available. They're designed for people with low incomes, certain medical conditions, or unique healthcare requirements. Dr. Gina Williams with United Healthcare says these plans use a dynamic approach to help eligible seniors.
Everything from managing your wellness to managing your behavioral health needs and then everyday needs. So it's kind of a more comprehensive package for people who need a little bit more support.
In Virginia, only 25% of eligible individuals were signed up for a dual-eligible plan in 2021, a stark increase from 3 years before when only 4% signed up for one. However, this is still lower than the national average of 29%. Along with Medicare Parts A and B coverage and Medicaid benefits, these plans include dental coverage, transportation assistance, and allowances for things such as healthy foods. I'm Edwin J. Vieira.
And Indiana high school seniors caught in a bureaucratic snarl as glitches in the free application for federal student aid hinder aid processing. More from Joe Uri.
This year, seniors must complete FAFSA or opt out by April 15th to graduate, coinciding with Indiana's state aid priority deadline. Delays in the form's availability until January exasperated confusion, leaving many families unsure of their financial aid eligibility. Bill Wozniak with Invest Ed is reassuring students and families and emphasizing the collective effort to navigate the chaos.
Families are getting nervous about their FAFSA, nervous about
about college deadlines, nervous about deadlines for financial aid. And so all these different things are having people and the colleges on edge as they try to get things set for the upcoming year.
Wozniak says despite setbacks, resources such as Invest Ed aim to support Hoosiers in accessing Indiana's education fund.
Finally, Mike Mullen lets us know tomorrow is National Walking Day in the U.S.
The military for more than 8 hours every day. The association's Chrissy Meyer says not only does that have a negative effect on physical health, but mental health too. In promoting the benefits of walking, she sees an opportunity for individuals to improve outcomes on both fronts.
We've always known that physical activity is a great way to reduce your risk of cardiovascular disease or heart disease and stroke. But what we are learning now is that it's also good for your soul.
She says taking a daily walk helps reduce stress, improves your mood and sleep, all things that can boost your mental well-being.
This is Mike Clifford for Public News Service, member and listener supported. Here's on Interesting Radio Stations, your favorite podcast platform. Find our trust indicators at publicnewsservice.org.
And welcome back to the KCHW Morning Show. This is our second part of the show. Welcome back, Scott.
Thank you, Chuck, and thank you for filling in for Val this morning. Took a check of our Facebook feed to see what people are saying. We got a shout out from Ron, who says over on the coast, who says despite Val not being there, we're having a great show.
Oh, okay.
So thank you very much, Ron. Kat Brooks laughed at our Bloodstone comment. I guess she said Bloodstone fundraiser with a laughy face. She also called you, Chuck, an evil genius and wants to know where Val is. And
well, we don't talk about that on the air.
Enjoying family right now that are visiting from North Dakota.
I'll have to say, Bloodstone. This is a thing. It's not something we talked about, but it's something maybe we can talk about. There is a new nonprofit being formed. It's called By the Brooks, it's the Lost Falls Collaborative, which includes By the Brooks Productions, which is Kat's film company.
Okay.
And Bloodstone is a project in the works that Kat is currently fundraising for to try to raise money to produce a local film.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I really liked her thing she did for Valentine's Day. I had never seen it. It just happened to pop up on my feed over the weekend, and I watched it. And it was her ode to, is it Barry Gibb?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's hilarious how she mixed all those songs together, sings them all, and marches around showing her love for Barry Gibb.
She just had a new one that came out yesterday. It was a Valentine song. It was a parody of Keep 'Em Separated, about keeping your food separated and not letting it touch on your plate. And that one was actually filmed right here in the KCHW theater with
awesome.
With myself and Jamie and Joe Wilzinski and a few other friends, and there was a full Thanksgiving dinner and a guy on the table and with a guitar kicking the turkey off the table, and
wow.
it was a good one. It was a lot of fun.
All right. How about some local birthdays? Do we have any of those today?
We do. There's two of them for the second. That math works, doesn't it? Yep.
Yes.
Okay, so today we have it looks like it's Mana Mock. I'm sorry.
Mana Mock.
Mana Mock. Yeah. Okay. That's a cool name. I like that. Mana Mock. And Julie Hentages with birthdays
all right,
today.
There
That's
you
it.
go.
There we go.
All right. Big round of applause. Yeah. Celebrity birthdays today. There's a lot of them. Little Linda Hunt, one of the very few people in the country that is an adult that I am taller than. He's 79 today.
Wow.
All right. Pamela Reed from Jericho and Kindergarten Cop and Bean is 75. Christopher Maloney from Law and Order, 55. Not to be mistaken with our own Milani.
That's right.
Clark Gregg from the Marvel movies and shows, 62. Rosalind Sanchez from Without a Trace, 51. Pedro Pascal. Man, he's just became incredibly famous. And, I didn't realize he's been here for a really long time. He was just doing bit parts.
Yeah. He's one of those guys that he is so darn likable that I think that's he's actually a talented actor as well. And he's just sort of, just can't help but like the guy. I don't know what it is.
And pretty astounding for him to be in 2 television series at the same time. The Last of Us on HBO and The Mandalorian on Disney. Pretty incredible.
Yeah, starring in both. Yeah, huge productions. Yeah.
Adam Rodriguez from Criminal Minds and CSI Miami. Also Magic Mike films. Chuck's seen all of those. 49.
All 20 of them.
And I love this guy, Michael Fassbender from the Steve Jobs and Prometheus. He is 47. Jesse Plemons from The Power of the Dog and TV's Fargo plus Breaking Bad. She's 36.
There you go.
We move on to history with Chuck Ritchie.
So in 1902, the Electric Theater, the first full-time movie theater in the United States, opened in Los Angeles. That's cool. 1932, aviator Charles Lindbergh, through an intermediary, paid $50,000 ransom in a New York cemetery to a man who promised to return his kidnapped son. The child was found the next month with bad things. Ransom money was eventually traced to Bruno Hauptmann, who was executed for the crime. Wow. Bad story. 1974, Robert Opel streaked naked across the stage at the Academy Awards. Actor David Niven, who was on stage, ad-libbed, "Just think, the only laugh that man will ever get is for stripping and showing his shortcomings."
Wow.
Hats off to you, Mr. Niven. 1975, CN Tower was completed in Toronto, Ontario, Canada, reaching 1,750 feet in height and becoming, at the time, the world's tallest freestanding structure. I don't think that lasted very long. 1978, Dallas debuted on CBS. It starred Larry Hagman as J.R. Ewing, Linda Gray as Sue Ellen, Barbara Bell Geddes as Miss Ellie, Patrick Duffy as Bobby, Victoria Principal as Pam, and a whole bunch of other people that I'm not going to read. 1978, Dallas. 1992, New York mafia boss John Gotti was convicted of murder and racketeering and later sentenced to life in prison. Is he still alive? I don't know.
I'm not sure.
Yeah. 2017, golfer Lexi Thompson lost the ANA inspiration to Retro Mirage, I don't know, because a TV viewer emailed about an earlier infringement. Oh, somebody caught something on TV that the judges didn't see. And they overturned it. Wow.
I hate that guy.
I know, right? 2020, the number of COVID-19 cases worldwide passed 1 million, with over 51,400 known deaths already. That was pretty early on when that happened. If we'd only known then how bad things were going to get. 2021, April the giraffe died. April lived at an animal adventure park in Harpersville, New York, and gained worldwide fame after live videos of her in the late stages of pregnancy and subsequent birth were uploaded to YouTube in 2017. I remember that. The birth was watched live by nearly 1.2 million viewers.
Wow.
Myself included. 2022, Estelle Harris, who hollered her way into TV history as George Costanza's short-fused mother on Seinfeld and voiced Mrs. Potato Head in Toy Story franchise, passed away. She was 93.
Wow. All right. A lot of special events today. It's Education and Sharing Day, a Geologist Day, Children's Book Day, Fact-Checking Day, Ferret Day. Get yourself a ferret.
Steal all
Love
your
your
stuff.
Produce Manager Day. And if you're at a grocery store and you see the produce manager, you should just run up and hug him.
Maybe ask first.
No, just run up and hug them, and they look shocked, say it's Love Your Produce Manager Day.
And just be aware they often carry knives.
Another great question or statement afterwards is, what are you doing later?
There you go.
It's Peanut Butter and Jelly Day, 2 great tastes that don't go together.
Oh, yes, they
Come on.
do.
No.
I'm
I'm just trying to start a fight.
Oh, okay. We have an event coming up, and for the Creative District, and a local restaurant's going to be doing some specials for one of our dinners. We are trying to get them to do a grilled pepper jelly and bacon sandwich as a special, which sounds amazing. Yeah. Anyway,
pepper jelly.
Pepper jelly. Like the spicy pepper jelly with bacon grilled? Yes, please.
Good.
Yep.
Could be good. It's Reconciliation Day, so maybe you should make up with somebody. Probably a family member.
Yeah.
That's, I think, who people have to most oftenly reconcile with.
Right,
family
right. I should call.
I should call. It's the Sam Day of Action, which is Sexual Assault Awareness Month.
Mm-hmm.
Also, World Autism Awareness Day. Wow, a lot of them. And Chuck's got the number for the day.
That is 8.5 billion. 8.5 billion. That is the dollars expected to be spent in in-game advertising and video games in the U.S. in 2024.
Kind of crazy that people are paying to advertise there to capture our kids' attention and dollars.
You know, the in-game stuff and in-game purchases, it really makes me not really play games anymore.
To turn off?
Oh, yeah. Even some of my favorite games, I used to be, just to pass the time, and it's probably a good thing because at times you get addicted to it. But like Angry Birds, I used to sit on my phone and play that, in between stuff. And that's all like in-game advertising now. And you have to pay to get to get the things that you need to get to the next level. And I'm not going to do that.
Nothing's for free.
No.
Nothing's for free.
No.
All right. Moving on to news and nuggets before we hit the odd news. Monday night's Powerball, $1 billion. Right? No word if there was a winner yet.
I didn't buy a ticket. I would have won.
All right. Just looking at coffee can make you feel awake. It's true.
That's fair.
I just smell coffee and something happens inside my body. All I have to do is smell it, and I run to the bathroom.
I know, right?
Coffee is life, and research revealed that just looking at a cup of coffee in the morning is enough to perk us up. The effect, which can be sparked by just thinking of anything that reminds us of a latte or espresso, is more pronounced than with tea. So if you don't have any coffee, just think about coffee.
The true love of my life.
I should have married coffee.
Right?
3 times. Pick one, Chuck.
I'm the youngest child, but I'm going to read this one anyway. So children born in the middle of the family are at a higher risk than their older or younger siblings at not being as successful as an adult. It's not about the birth order. It's about the pecking order and the economic disparities that naturally occur based on when you land in that order. And a sociologist at Princeton said that middles are less likely to receive financial support for their education. They may do less well in school than their siblings. The chance that middleborns will attend a private school dropped by 25% with the birth of a third child. And the chance that middles will be held back a year in school increases several-fold with the birth of a third child. Where do you are the youngest, or you're in the middle?
I am, and I think they pay a little more attention because you're the last one. Mm-hmm. Like the first one they're nervous about, and the last one, so I get that. Marsha.
I also have a tendency to think that the youngest become more independent because by the time you get to that third one, they're like, go ahead, do whatever you want.
We've been through it all.
I have to say that I was in a discussion with generations, and my generation, Gen X, also known as the forgotten generation. We're kind of the middle child of the current generations where, economic reasons, whatever, baby boomers are still, case in point in the White House, 80 years old and still working. Whereas the millennials are now hitting middle age. So we are just sort of passing things down from them to us. So we're the middle child.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right, moving on. As a man strolling along a beach in the Cayman Islands stumbled upon a remarkable treasure, a glass bottle stuffed with handwritten messages. Brian Phelps, the lucky discoverer, refrained from opening the bottle, which seemed to contain heartfelt notes from family members to a departed loved one. Phelps said, "I decided to not open the bottle due to personal contents. I will release it back out to the sea during my next offshore trip. From the little I could glimpse, the bottle holds 3 to 4 letters dated 2021 from family members to a lost loved one."
Oh,
sad.
I can see that. But as a child, like strolling along beaches, just dreaming of finding a message in a bottle.
Never did.
Something like that, I can see throwing it back because that's more personal. But if it's like an actual message that somebody wanted you to read, that was like a dream. That was like finding lost treasure, man, especially if it was a map to treasure.
Yeah. I'm on a deserted island. I need help. I'm here with the skipper.
Dated
Marianne and Ginger.
I don't think they made it.
I don't think so.
It's been a long time. So this one is Anna Marquez, a 31-year-old woman from Bay City, Michigan, had a shock when she checked her online lottery account and discovered she had won $1 million Mega Millions prize. She admitted that her first reaction was to assume it was a scam, as we all probably would. Marquez explained that she often buys Mega Million tickets when the jackpots start to grow, and this time it paid off. She logged into her account the day after drawing and was taken aback when she saw a significant amount pending. Then she received an email from the Michigan Lottery confirming her win and knew it was legitimate.
Wow.
That would be nice, wouldn't it? Oh, by the way.
Beautiful.
Here's $1 million.
All right. In our hyper-connected world, it may seem like loneliness is a thing of the past, but a new survey suggests that even in the midst of bustling social lives, many of us are struggling with profound feelings of isolation. Research commissioned by Zumba. You know, the workout people?
Yeah. Is that still a thing?
Yeah.
That's right up there with Tybo. Sorry, Zumba folks.
Tybo Zumba.
Yeah.
All right. So many of us are struggling with profound feelings of isolation. Research commissioned by Zumba polled 2,000 adults and found that a staggering 40% have gone at least 3 days without a face-to-face conversation with another person.
Wow.
That's kind of lonely. That can get to you.
Wow. Does arguing politics on Facebook count as conversation with another person?
It's not face to face.
I don't think so.
But if you were video chatting, maybe.
I was going to ask, does this count right now as face to face conversation? Because this is what I'm going to get for the day.
You know, now that I got Sammy living with me, I don't have to go through that. But there were plenty of times I went days without a face-to-face conversation where I was just literally excited to do a show so I could see somebody and talk to them.
Was I a part of that, Scott?
Yes, you were.
Aww.
And I know what everybody's saying.
Man, you are one pathetic loser.
Yeah, I know. I'm just kidding.
No, I get it.
No, I am. All right. They're half right. I'm pathetic. No, it's a joke.
No.
All right, let's move this along and wrap up this wonderful day.
Okay.
With a little hot news.
Okay.
Slap some bacon on a biscuit and let's go. We're burning daylight.
It's the world of strange. A world gone wacky.
Out here, due process is a bullet.
And some of the scariest people on the planet.
I think you're bluffing. Be afraid.
You know, you look mighty pretty when you get mad.
It's your odd news on KCHW.
Just sit back and enjoy the show.
It's so spooky, but it is our favorite time of the show. It's the news attack, where the first part's true and the second part is a bad joke. And Chuck, you're kicking us off.
So a man was arrested after trying to force his SUV through the front gate of an FBI office in Atlanta. He finally stopped when Google Maps said, "You have arrived at your destination."
Probably did too.
Right?
You have arrived.
for quite a while.
So they had one of those emergency things. So like if you run the gate, the thing pops up, and it's pretty cool. It's like a big steel ramp, and it ejected up, and it just tore the front of the car right off and stopped him dead in his tracks and probably a little dazed and confused and instantly arrested. So,
is it one of those where like the metal poles go out from up the ground really fast?
No, this was an entire, it looked like it'd be like a steel plate in the ground. It looks like a ramp for a bridge or something, and it just pops up so you can't go any further.
And he totally Dukes of Hazzarded it over the top?
No, he just slammed right in. I suppose he was trying to ram the gate and get through, but as soon as the gates touched her, I suppose the thing immediately pops up, and it stopped him dead in his tracks.
They have that alien technology. You can't get through. Oh, no, that's the CIA. Never mind.
Yeah. Instagram was shut down for many users worldwide on Monday. I missed that. For many Americans, it was a shock to visit a restaurant, eat without taking a photo first.
But a bonus, a lot of people suddenly realized they had family living in the same house.
Oh.
Yep. That's right. So according to this new study, when looking at people's faces, it's much easier to judge a man's IQ than it is a woman. And you know what? That mullet is a dead giveaway. The mullet. Have you seen this? The mullet's making a comeback, man. The mullet has made a comeback.
Oh, man, I'm not doing it.
I, for one, am not here for it.
I had 2 mullets in my life. That was enough.
I had the I had the flat top mullet shaved on the sides, long in the back. For a while, even as a child, I had the lightning bolt shaved in the side of the mullet. Man, it was cool. Oh, hot pink spandex shorts, the whole tank top, the whole 9 yards, man. I was cool.
Wow.
Yeah.
Richard Simmons a run for his money then.
It was more of a Brian Bosworth type situation.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow.
Remember him?
Wow.
Yeah.
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 Wow.
Good times.
Police in Germany received an emergency call from a woman whose hamster was stuck in her printer. Yeah, sure. Is that code for something else? All right. Luckily, the cops were able to free the hamster using a miniature version of a tool they use to get people out of wrecked cars. It's called the Jaws of Mice.
I'm sorry I can't come into work today. I have a hamster stuck in my printer. Is that a euphemism?
All right.
Sorry. According to a survey, male nurses are far more macho than the average guy, which explains that hot new video game, Call of Duty, Operation Sponge Bath.
Wow. There are now around 10,000 traffic circles, or as some people call them, roundabouts in the United States. Once engineers figured out how to put fast food restaurants in the center, we'll see many, many more.
Exactly. Are you a fan of roundabouts, Scott?
I am not.
Really? I think they're great. I've seen some really bad traffic situations resolved with those.
That is true, but they took it a step too far when they started doing these double lane roundabouts, like at before the Costco on the north end and out in the valley by the casino. I think those are dangerous because people like drive into the roundabout, and I know I suffer from the same problem. There's too many arrows.
Right. Well,
there's too many. I drive into that, and since I didn't grow up in Europe, I'm confused. And there's way too many arrows. And I do like most people do. I just pick a destination on the other side of the roundabout somewhere and punch it.
Yeah, it's funny how many roundabouts you see with the tire tracks and some sort of evidence of damage going right through the center. Or you see the tire tracks, and then there's like a rock or some sort of decorative thing in the center, and then you see more tire tracks about 10 feet in the lane and some debris. Yeah. Okay. Who did that one? So researchers found that the arms of prehistoric women were stronger than even those of today's top rowers. But any day now, I bet the local health club will start replacing spinning and soul cycling with rock busting classes.
Wow, I can't believe you talked about prehistoric women like that.
I know, right? Well, it's complimenting their lovely, strong arms.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh, okay.
They were fit.
We're going to move on. Say what?
They were fit.
They were fit.
Yeah.
All right. Let's move on to Wacky But True. Before we get ourselves in trouble, we don't add anything to these stories, but sound effects for movies and television shows. Chinese surgeons in our first story came to the rescue after a man accidentally swallowed a pair of small fingernail scissors he was using to clean his teeth.
I hate it when I do that.
Such a bad idea. As he tried to cough it up, the points, which were facing, unfortunately, upwards, dug deeper into his throat, causing serious damage. That's when the man decided, I should probably go to the hospital. And to make him feel better, Chuck, I came up with this montage of things that people probably have swallowed.
Did you hear about this guy who swallowed a yo-yo?
They found him at bed check. He'd swallowed his own tongue.
I swallowed a big June bug when we were driving. I'm not really hungry.
Oh, my toothpick, mama.
I know an old lady that swallowed a fly.
Wow.
Swallowed a yo-yo.
Yeah, on a bed.
I locked the door and I swallowed the key.
With one twist, he took my hand and swallowed it. Oh, and I saw the look in his face. I was delicious. He must have passed the word because it wasn't a month before another one of them took my leg.
That's nasty.
It was delicious.
He discovered I was delicious.
That would be horrible. Holy cow. Yeah. Moving on. A man in China handed over his driver's license when he was stopped by traffic police. It had all the pertinent details like age, his ID number, and his address. But the man had simply scribbled them on a piece of paper in his own handwriting and taped his photo to it. He explained to the police he didn't have a real driver's license because he had failed the test, so he wrote his own.
You know what? Now I want to see the license plate of his car.
To the Idiot Mobile.
You are an idiot.
don't know if it's still that way in Washington, but I always loved it. I was working at a radio station, and the graveyard guy showed up to relieve me, and we're outside talking, and smoking was a big deal back then, so we're smoking a cigarette, and I looked at his vehicle. He drove in a pickup, and I said, "You're going to get pulled over and arrested." And he's like, "What?" And I said, "You got your driver's license isn't your license plate isn't real." He goes, "How do you know?" And I said, because cars have 6 digits with a space in between, and trucks have one all the way across. They do? And I said, "Yeah, you should probably change that."
Wow.
Big red flag. Big red flag.
Well, now we've all learned something new, Scott, because I had no idea.
There you go.
Wow.
A Boeing pilot was forced to return to Frankfurt Airport after a toilet malfunction caused a foul smell to fill the cabin of United Airlines Flight 59. Passengers reported the smell coming from the toilet shortly after takeoff, with overflow from a defective waste tank entering the cabin. Pilots circled over circled over the North Sea, while ground engineers attempted to find a solution, ultimately deciding to return to the airport. It's already in the cabin. What kind of solution are you going to find for that?
Oh, man. That's but they gave everybody an extra packet of peanuts.
Yeah.
So there's that.
Let me kind of break down the whole situation for you.
What is that smell? Oh,
That's the smell of desire, my lady.
God, no, it smells like a used diaper filled with Indian food. Oh.
You know, desire smells like that to some people.
No, it doesn't. Not at all.
Oh, man. Yum. Is there another one? Oh, we skipped one. Okay, let me go back up. Sorry, Scott. I'm trying to figure things out here. So, 48-year-old was revealing a little too much as she danced in front of Kid Rock's Honky Tonk Bar in Nashville.
You are in the wrong spot. We're
I'm
going off that list on the actual cheat sheet, Chuck.
Oh, I have it right here. So
remember the directions I gave at the beginning of the show?
I did. You know, my wife is always telling me sometimes I suck at listening to directions.
I'll buy that for $1.
Yeah,
okay.
Believe it.
All right. So story, I think you're on story number 4.
Yeah. So police in Mexico caught a man while he stole a front-end loader, drove it into a local bank, knocked down a wall, chained a safe to the machine, and then tried to drag it off. But he didn't get too far because the police used surveillance cameras to locate the slow, noisy front-end loader.
Ooh. And it would have been okay to do that story. I just didn't have a sound effect for it. I struggled with this one too. Front end loader. I couldn't find anything for a front end loader. So I did this.
I'm not doing this. Oh, come on. You'll love it. Tractor tipping's fun. I swear, tractors is so dumb.
I've seen multiple videos where these people come, they'll hook their pickup truck or something to a ATM machine outdoors, and they'll back up really far, and then that thing will just yank out of the ground and smack right in their windshield. You ever see that?
I like it when it leaves the bumper in the back.
Yeah.
You know.
Or they just take it and they keep driving, and they just drive along trailing an ATM machine behind them down the highway. Yeah.
Stealing something with a camera installed in it, probably not going to work out the best for you.
Like, how dumb are you?
The camera's going to another location.
Yeah.
So they got it.
Yeah.
All right. When a convicted criminal failed to show up to serve his sentence, police in Denmark went looking for him. They searched the house where he's reported to have been hiding, but didn't find him until a horrible smell alerted officers to a closet. In it was 29-year-old man's, and the reason why they could find him, his uncontrollable flatulence, led them to dig through a pile of clothing to find him hiding underneath.
Well, you know, You're hiding. The police are looking for you. Sometimes you get gassy when you're nervous.
And we can smell where you are.
Yeah.
Look, there's Bloodnut, the flatulent. You can guess what he's famous for.
At this point, the entire digestive system collapses, accompanied by uncontrollable flatulence.
It's a compliment. Better out than in, I always say.
Okay, so this one is in Sweden. A police officer in Sweden seized a fugitive criminal while both were naked in a sauna. The officer was visiting the sauna on his day off and soon realized that one of the men sweating next to him in the crowded room was a convicted criminal who was on the run after being sentenced to jail for drug offenses.
So he seized him in the sauna with everybody else, and
Isn't that like how isn't that like Roman wrestling? You know, kind of sweaty. Maybe some oil involved. Just saying.
I've got to try to grab it. The suspension field will make it slippery on the bottom. I must grip it tightly.
Careful now, man. Careful. It's a wee bit slippery.
Creates a surface 500 times more slippery than any cooking oil.
It is rather slippery of you, Agent Starling.
Ah! Oh! It's all slippery.
You gotta grab it from the bottom.
I like how he was whispering too.
I know, it's very, very calm, very slippery.
Yes, all right. There is our show for today. Thank you so much for filling in for my sister Val, Chuck.
No problem. No problem.
Not quite as pretty, just as funny.
Yeah, no, that's true. That's true. Not quite as talented either. Probably not.
No, me neither. All right.
That's fair.
It's okay. She's like, her IQ is literally in the top 5% of the nation. So don't even mess with her.
So when you go the above average thing, she's actually not kidding.
She's not kidding.
Yeah.
She won't admit to it. She doesn't like me admitting to it. But when she went to school in Chihuahua, back then it was like SATs, I think that the kids took. But they actually contacted the school and said, "Oh my God, you got a genius."
I married one of those, I guess, to make up for my own shortcomings.
That's a great idea.
I guess you put us together and we form an average person.
It's unfortunate for her, though, because you're weighing her down.
Right. Yeah, she's really smart. And, 51%, I'm happy with that. That's above average. I'm calling it. So
All
Scott,
right, it's Tuesday. Yeah.
It is.
What's on the radio?
So you can, tonight, 6 to 9 p.m. is Dr. Jazz live in the studio. Then from 9 to midnight is the Soul Show with Mike Canton.
All right.
It feels weird to read that. Those are Tuesday shows. I don't usually read those on the air. I
bet. All right. Tomorrow, you and Sharon have a special guest or anything going on?
We don't have any special guests. I need to get us on some special guests for Wednesdays. I haven't been very, very good about that. We have somebody else lined up soon. I can't remember exactly who it was, but I lined somebody up a couple days ago, and it's in my calendar. But I don't remember who it was. Yeah.
All right.
We're working on it.
Other than that, we want you to have a great day. Keep on listening to Northern Lights Public Radio. We are KCHW 102.7. Goodbye.
Goodbye, everybody.
You're listening to Northern Lights Public Radio on 102.7 KCHW.
And you are listening to 102.7 KCHW.
Thank you.
No way for a man to die. Yeah, you're right, Ed. Parachute, Tonto. That's the way to die. Getting caught in the gears of a combine. That's the way I want to go.
I'll break.
Disappointment. That was when people tuned in today to see Val. It got me. Sorry, everybody. Bye, everybody.
We are the Wild and Crazy Guys.
It's 9